Why can't satellites be attacked? Why can't conventional warheads be used on ICBMs? Or why can't nuclear submarines be attacked if a war breaks out between China and the United States? Many people think that destroying satellites would shut down an opponent's networks, intelligence, and combat capability. What appears to be an easy strategy is actually the most foolish. There is a basic fact we must understand. Attacking satellites, conventional warheads on ICBMs, or nuclear submarines would mark the beginning of civilization's destruction. Now let's analyze neutrally why satellites cannot be attacked. As everyone knows, satellites are the eyes and ears of the battlefield for all weapons. Take GPS as an example. It is indispensable not only to the US military, but to ordinary people and every sector worldwide. If we attack US GPS or SpaceX satellites, and the Americans in turn strike our Baidu satellite system, both sides, satellite navigation will be wiped out and the war will become blind. Other countries would also intervene, potentially triggering a third world war. Destroying satellites would create space debris that could damage the International Space Station as well. Humanity would have to restart space exploration from scratch, a responsibility no one would want to accept. Now let's see why launching conventional warheads on intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, is not feasible. ICBMs were designed primarily for nuclear weapons. If China launched ICBMs with conventional warheads at the US, American early warning systems would only detect an incoming ICBM. They could not determine whether the warhead was conventional or nuclear. No one would take that risk. The US would immediately respond with a nuclear strike. Likewise, if the US launched ICBMs or B-2 bombers with missiles at us, irrespective of whether they were nuclear or conventional, we would immediately retaliate with nuclear strikes. Thus, neither side dares cross the nuclear red line of regular war. Using ICBMs with conventional warheads could lead directly to nuclear war, the day of humanity's annihilation. Finally, why can't either side attack the other's nuclear submarines, especially those carrying strategic missiles? Nuclear submarines are the last safeguard of a nation's nuclear capability. Attacking them is essentially touching the nuclear red line, just like using ICBMs. Strategically, nuclear submarines are the key to nuclear deterrence. If we attack an American nuclear submarine with torpedoes or similar means, the enemy would interpret that as an extreme nuclear threat and be forced to strike first, immediately launching nuclear retaliation against us using underwater-launched nuclear missiles. Therefore, attacking nuclear submarines does not weaken the enemy. It directly escalates to nuclear war. In the end, there would be no victor. Consider today's Russia. After years of grinding conflict, the United States provided broad satellite intelligence to Ukraine. Russia still possesses the world's largest stockpile of nuclear weapons and missiles. Yet even with severe military and economic losses, Russia will not launch a nuclear strike on American satellite systems because it is far from total destruction. Overall, even if a genuine war breaks out between great powers, these three actions, attacking satellites, using ICBMs with conventional warheads, or striking nuclear submarines, will not be carried out lightly. Not because either side cannot destroy the other, but because of the uncontrollable risk to the global situation. Touching the threshold of nuclear threats would cause irreversible nuclear devastation. Modern war is no longer as simple as striking one target to finish the fight. The interests of all parties are intertwined. Any reckless act could trigger chain reactions and consequences that nobody could bear.